Hey guys, how you doing today? I hope you're doing very well. I'm Johnny Alchemy and thank you for checking out my channel. There are actually no major astrological events going on today, but as June is coming to a close, let's take a look and see what July 2019 may have in store for you. This is going to be a monthly forecast reading, and it's going to give an overview of how the next month will affect your own personal journeys. For this reading, we will have 4 stacks, 10 cards each. I will be looking into the general theme of the month, some insight into what you may be dealing with, what possibly may be coming your way, and finally some overall general advice to make the most of the month. For all the details of the spread, you can check out the meaning of each card position in the description box below. And as always, guys, I want to say thank you so much for checking out my videos and staying tuned. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already so we can keep in touch. And as always, you can book a personal session or personal reading with me with the link provided in the description box below. Okay, guys, so let's get on with the reading and see what July 2019 may have in store for you. Okay guys, we're going to begin the reading. We have stack 1, 2, 3, and 4 for you right here. Each have 10 cards, and I will list the timestamp for each stack below in the description box. And I would suggest taking the time now to pause the video, to sit with yourself, clear your mind, slow everything down, open your heart, and try and be open to seeing what exactly may be in store for you in July 2019. When you are ready, hit that play button and choose the stack with your intuition or gut instinct that is calling out to you the most. Okay, we're going to start off with stack 1. Here we go, guys. Hopefully I can get everything in frame. Let's see. Okay. Let's see these guys up here. Bam. Okay. Okay, guys. So immediately, there's something here that I sense where there's a certain blockage that you've been going through currently in terms of a major change that you want for your life. But this upcoming month, it looks like that there is actually going to be a major transition of some kind in the greater aspect of your life that will have very long-term effects for you. It definitely shows that there is a certain ending of a cycle this month where things may be changing very drastically and you will start this transition. But there is certain blockages that you've been dealing with the past. It looks like, especially in terms of your work and your personal development, there has been major blockage there with that Tower reversed and the Hanged Man reversed. It almost shows that there was actually a much needed pause here in order for you to, actually this is what the month is about, is really this pause right here on your personal development to really gain some clarity on what it is that you're being called to do, because you are getting this calling right now, but you don't know how to make sense of it. With all these swords here, there's something telling me that there is a lack of clarity. Especially, it looks like in your relationships, it looks like all the insight, and when you talk to other people, they don't seem to be helping at all. It shows that there might actually be more confusion and lack of clarity the more you try and reach out to others. And it shows that this may be more of a more personal, internal journey for you, which totally makes sense when you're trying to follow your own higher calling and understanding your individual universal purpose. So there's something here where this month especially, that there's something coming to a close where you felt very overburdened and possibly dealing with a lot of heavy thoughts and emotions that you've been having, and now they're coming to a head, and it's going to be a forced type of change. It's going to be a drastic change this month for you in terms of your own personal development. And it looks like especially something to do with your work as well. There's something where your personal development and your career or job or finances or work, whatever is relating to that, there's a strong correlation between the two of them where they're both very much blocked with those major arcanas, and that now that's going to change. And so I can see that there is a personal calling here that has to deal with these two, your personal development and your work. So you might be trying to marry those two, possibly trying to pursue something that you really are passionate about instead of things that just provide for you on the physical sense. And it's showing that you need to also give back to yourself in all of this. This is what it's about. That you have maybe found abundance in where you can give to others and you can provide for others and those around you. But there's something where it shows that you also need to give back to yourself. And this is definitely what this is about in terms of the month ahead. It shows that this personal journey is about you finding clarity here and you being the boss of exactly knowing exactly what it is that you need to be doing in your life and letting go of all the things that don't matter, because right now you are kind of unclear, and that is why you feel very stuck right now, because you don't know where to go and what to do. So with this month, there's going to be major transitions here. You're going to be going through some very hard times in terms of feeling overwhelmed in your mind and in the things that you do with your actions. But use this time wisely. I see here for this month is definitely about self-reflection for you. There's something here where you need to reconnect with this inner guidance that's trying to get in touch with you and trying to touch you and trying to put you on the path where it is most in alignment with what you want, because it wants you to be happy. It wants you to feel the abundance and the love within yourself, and not to find it through external things. There's something here where it is calling forth your passions and your deepest drives, your deepest needs, and really calling you to become exactly who you are meant to be in this life, and to let old things go, things that no longer serve you. If they served you in the past, that's great, but that's not always the case in the future. We have to adapt, we have to evolve, we have to let go of the things that that things that no longer serve us, things that weigh us down now. And so now it's asking you to really find the clarity in all this, to take this time as you're going through this major transition this month, where you're forced to slow down and take a pause, and to really just let go of a lot of this baggage that you carry, to really start sitting with yourself and to know exactly what it is that you want to be doing, to gain exactly this mental clarity in order for you to make the initial steps towards what it is that your highest calling is calling for you to do. And so here, especially, with your relationships, there's nothing here that it doesn't seem like there's anything that anyone can give you in terms of advice. This is a very personal thing for you, where you truly will only know the answer of what it is that you want to be doing and where you want to be heading in your life. And so you need to be the boss right here. You need to be the boss of your mind and find that clarity, so you can cut through all the BS and really get to the heart of what it is that you want to be doing with your life. It seems like you have to let go of a lot of things here. Look at this with the death and the judgment here. Death here, and the people are coming out of their coffins here. There's something where you need that renewal. You need to let go and let your old self die in a certain way, so a new one can be reborn, one that is actually in alignment with your most current purpose and your most current self. So you need to let go a lot of the past and forgive a lot of things, to let go a lot of these burdens. Look at this with the tens, it shows the ending of a cycle. And to let go a lot of this baggage that holds you down, keeps you weighed down and feels heavy, all of these things in order for you to move forward. And that is really all I see for this stack, guys. I mean, if you are if this resonates with you and you're going through a major transition right now, really take the time to sit with yourself. I think especially here with all these cards, it's saying, put all your relationships and all the other aspects of your life on the back burner just for this month, and to really sit down and get to know what it is that you need to be doing in your life that will make you feel the most happy and fulfilled, because that is what you're yearning for right now. Because everything else is kind of just holding you back and adding more and building more stuff that's just holding you down and building a wall and barrier towards your true purpose, so that you can finally get some clarity and get over this mountain, so you can finally see exactly what the horizon has in store for you. And so, yeah, guys, if this stack resonated with you, this is a very, very powerful and pivotal point of anyone's journey right here. So if this resonated with you, I would love to hear it in the comments, because, trying to live your most like truest, authentic self and to live the life that you want to be living is a very hard thing, but we need times like these in order to make sense, so we don't go into other paths that may lead us astray. We want to be clear in exactly what we need to do in our life in order to know where we're going. Okay, guys, that's all I see for this stack. I'm going to move on to the next, and thanks. Okay, guys, we're going to move on to stack number 2. Let's see what we got. Okay. Everything in frame. Okay. Okay. A lot of feminine energy. There's a certain feminine energy that I sense in these cards right here. Just as much with the masculine, actually. There's both reflections of one another. Okay, so I immediately see something here, guys, in terms of finding some type of fulfillment in your life. It looks like that you're ready to start accepting new opportunities of a certain kind in your life right now. It shows that you may have tried to do that you've had certain decisions to make in the past, and you've done things in terms of your passions, things that you wanted to do in terms of your adventures and what you wanted to achieve. And it looks like you've been doing them at all costs here, especially in terms of your relationships. You may have foregone certain relationships and certain ties just to achieve and to be successful in what it is you're doing. But it shows here, especially with all of this female energy here, especially in the reverse, it shows that there is a possible imbalance between your masculine energy, the things that you do on your outside self and things that you do in terms of the external world, versus your feminine energy, which may be your emotions and all the internal feelings that you may have, or your internal needs in terms of taking care of yourself. And here it looks like that is really one of the major themes that I see in terms of trying to get in touch with your femininity. If you see here, there's all this male energy and they're all upright. This female energy is all reversed and is asking you to do both right here in terms of new opportunities. It shows with this all the male energy of the wands and all the male figures, it's asking you to really find a balance of both. Being the queen, but also being like the fire of the wands, that's also a masculine energy. So there is a certain reflection that you need to fix inside yourself, where your inner and outer, your male and female, your opposing energies are both in congruency with one another, where you see eye to eye and you are both on the same page. It shows here that, especially in terms of your work and also your personal life, that you may actually not be catering to your emotions or your intuition or your feminine side, where you might have put those kind of on the back burner for a little bit, because there are things that you found passionate that you really need to achieve at all costs. So here, even in terms of relationships, you may have achieved at the cost of even the relationship that you have with yourself, in terms of all this femininity in the reverse. All these feminine cards are telling you that, your emotions, you may not be in touch with them where they currently be in touch with them, or they may be affecting your judgment or your clarity, your ways of thinking. And even here in your work, you may be achieving so much in your work, but at the cost of possibly your own health, or doing little checkups with yourself to see if you need anything emotionally, or if you need a break, or if you need to take a day off, if you need to give back to yourself. Any types of those actions where you take care of yourself and nurture exactly who you are. And so here especially, all of this, it comes down to this. You need to find the ultimate truth here. And the truth is, we have both sides within us, a male energy, and a female energy within us. We have yin and yang, we have positive and negative, all of these dualities that lie within us. And you need to marriage both of them into one truth here in terms of this Page of Swords, so that you can go continue on with your venture in terms of finding a new truth and coming and moving forward with a new approach to exactly how you go about this. So you can still achieve things, but you can also answer your own needs and take care of yourself at the same time. You don't have to just push away one part of yourself in order to allow the other one to flourish and to be abundant. You can let both be abundant, and it'll be an even greater reality for you. Because here it's all about finding this fulfillment, because if you're achieving but you aren't feeling emotionally fulfilled or emotionally drained, it kind of defeats the purpose. Here it's asking you to find this true fulfillment, because it shows that you've done a lot of things here, especially with this 9 and the 8. You've done a lot of things, achieved a lot of things, and also felt a lot of fulfillment. But now you're looking for the most truest fulfillment right here with this Page of Swords. And it really is pointing towards marrying and finding the balance between your feminine and male energies in terms of balancing what you're achieving with your emotional states. I think one of the key factors here is, especially in terms of your relationships, not only with yourself, but with others as well. I think you need to start connecting with others in order to really help attain that emotional fulfillment. So if you're a person who really goes out there and really goes hard in trying to achieve something, don't forget to also honor those who love you, who support you, who are there for you, and to really let them in on your journey and bring them along with you, because they're a vital part into your success as well. And in terms of giving back, this is one of the major things with this Empress reverse. You really have to start giving back and looking into your emotional side. I know we can always get caught up in the world where we need to do certain things and we need to push things aside in order to achieve things. Totally get it. But there's also a time where once we achieve those things, we have to realize, okay, I'm the vehicle that runs the show. And every vehicle needs a little maintenance, a little tune-up, and we need to give back to ourselves so we can continue on feeling good in a completely whole type of sense. Because it shows here that you may have not had fulfillment in the past, and now you're ready and willing to start moving on from that in terms of making the most of the month right here. You're ready to start taking on new opportunities and to really start seeking that fulfillment need, that emotional fulfillment that you seem to be seeking right now, and that may be currently blocked from you. So here, guys, I see, especially for this upcoming month, you may have to do a little bit of soul searching and understanding yourself in terms of the dualities that lie within you between your positive and negative, male and female, all that stuff. And you have to bring them where they are in that middle road where they can meet each other halfway, and you will be at whole and at peace. And you'll be finally have that one sense of self, that ultimate truth that you can have in order to cut through all the BS that you may encounter in life. And you don't need to sacrifice your relationships or yourself in order to do so. You can move on in a more balanced way in your own life and feel true confidence here. True confidence, true power, true inspiration through everything that you're doing, and you'll ultimately find fulfillment. This is what this month is about for you. Finding this fulfillment with these cups, letting go of the past and moving on in a better way with a better approach that makes sense for you, that will only benefit you in every single way possible. Okay, guys, if this resonated with you, I would love to hear it in the comments, especially if you are going through this type of personal balancing act, if you will, in terms of your energies. And I think especially if you really take the time to make this a conscious effort and to follow this path, that will only serve you here and will only make you fulfilled. Okay, guys, that's all I see for this stack, and we're going to move on to the next. Thanks. Okay, guys, we're going to move on to the third stack, number 3. Oopsies. Okay, there we go. Perfect. 5. Okay. Wow, okay. Okay, guys, I can already see with this month that there's something here where you are reevaluating your efforts right now. You're trying to make sense of the vision that you have for yourself and knowing where to put your energy in order to get those results in the best way possible. You're trying to find this new sense of purpose, if you will, especially with the Star card and this King of Wands reversed. You're really trying to figure out this vision that you have for yourself. You're trying to make sense of everything, especially stuff that you've gone through in the past, it looks like. You might be trying to delve in deep in terms of any past negative experiences or possible bad habits, any past pain right here. There's something here with this pain that you're trying to learn from. And in this upcoming month, you may be reflecting on anything in the past that has a negative impact on you that you feel is keeping you trapped in the circumstances that you are in right now. And so you're trying to make sense of all this energy around you so you can start focusing it in on a renewed sense of purpose here. Especially with your work probably here, I can almost see that there are certain habits or ways of thinking or perceiving your work life right now which haven't always been the most beneficial for you. So now you're really starting to delve in and to make sense of what it is that you're trying to achieve in terms of your career or your job, your business, whatever it may be. And it seems here, especially and trying to help you get through all of this month, it's really talking about your relationships here. I think especially going through a process like this, which is very personal, it's very easy for us to get withdrawn and to separate ourselves from others, to disconnect. But the relationships here are exactly what you need in order to give you a certain catharsis and release of your emotions. It can possibly even give you some insight in terms of where you presently are at and what you're currently feeling, in terms of to give you some guidance on how to handle your own demons and exactly all the hardships that you may be going through with this lack of clarity. Because ultimately, this is exactly what you want to become, guys, is the sun. Look at the major difference here between the devil, so dark right here, and the sun. This is what you're going through, and this is what you expect and what you want to achieve, which is exactly what it is, the yin and yang, the dark and light, the positive, negative, all that stuff. Sometimes we have to delve in deep and deal with all the negative things that have happened in our past for us to truly move on in the best way possible with a new sense of hope and renewal right here too, especially with this Ace of Cups. And here it's really asking you to look toward this past, toward past pain and trauma here, and especially also maybe some negative habits or extreme habits in some sense, especially on your physical realm in terms of your finances and possibly health or body. These are things that you felt have affected you, and now you're ready to kind of purge them out of your system so you can become refreshed and renew and allow your inner child to really take the lead. Because right now you are lacking a little bit of clarity right now in terms of where it is that you want to be focusing your energy. So here, if you really can come to peace with exactly your demons and all the bad stuff and all the darkness that may have come into your life, you can come out new with new hope right here, come out very renewed, and you'll be able, ultimately, what this whole month is about starting your journey all over again, starting a new journey for yourself in terms of taking control of your life again and start finding the excitement and passion and drive to really start living your life and taking it into your own hands. And especially here, as I said, look toward your relationships. They're the ones that will be your saving factor here. They will be the ones that will give you the love that you need in this current time as you're figuring stuff out. And it looks like it will be beneficial for you if you choose to take this path and act consciously with it. Your friends here, I think they play a very important role in terms of feeling the love that you need and giving you the support that you need. It shows that you may have a very close-knit group of friends, possibly even family, in terms of your relationships, or even just a loved one of some kind, but you can rely on them during this period as you're going through this darkness. Be open with them, allow your emotions to flow, connect with them on such a deep level, and let them know what you're going through. Possibly even share some of this trauma or pain with them, and you can heal even quicker and hopefully get some clarity in terms of the vision that you really have for yourself. It looks like, especially in terms of your work here and your personal development, there's something here where you're trying to make sense of your vision of exactly what it is you want to be achieving in your life. And here, with this month, it looks like you're going to do much healing and letting go of all these past traumas and past habits that you have felt have been keeping you imprisoned a little bit and keeping you limited in exactly what it is you want to be achieving. So now is the time to really focus your energies inward, really, and to understand yourself and to come to peace with yourself so that when you move forward, you'll come out clear. And you'll come out just like the sun and the star right here. You'll be shining brightly, you'll have radiance, and you will be abundant, and you will know exactly where it is you need to be heading in life and where exactly you want to take, what path you want to take for yourself in the most meaningful way that is connected to your highest self and purpose. And that's all I see for this stack, guys. This is something that I feel like is a very important step that many people may look over, and that, understandably, no one wants to delve into their dark side and to sit with their bad emotions and bad negative experiences or whatever, but sometimes we need to heal them in order to truly move on so they don't weigh us down anymore, and they have no real effect on us as we continue on into the future. Now is the time for you to really heal and put those things in the past, because you have a lot of renewal and a lot of new things coming your way here if you choose to really let go of all this pain and trauma. And also make sure to rely on your friends, because they are here for you, and now is the time that you can really trust that they will be by your side as you continue and make clear of this path that you want to be going on. Okay, guys, I think that's all I see for this stack. And I'm going to move on to the next. If this really resonated with you, I also would like to hear in the comments if you want to share your story with us. I mean, that would be really awesome just to see what you guys go through and see if this related to you in any way. Okay, guys, I'm going to move on to the next stack. Thanks. Okay, guys, we're going to move on to stack number 4. And let's see what we got. 4, 5. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys, I can already see from this month it's going to be a somewhat emotional month for you on that internal level. It shows that there is a certain blockage in terms of your expression. I can totally see here in terms of the theme of the month and the lesson of the month here, both being cups, there's something in your internal emotional realm that you need to get off your chest. Especially here with this 5 of Cups, it's showing that you are ready and willing to start making peace with the past, that you're ready to start building that bridge and getting over it, and that you are ready to move on and accept things as they are. Which is a very powerful thing, but again, it's always a process. It doesn't come easily all the time. It shows that here, especially with these 3 cards, that you are a capable person. You're very temperate. You know how to get things done when you are focused in on it and you're ready to start achieving. But here it shows that with this Judgment reversed, that you actually may be very hard on yourself, where you may give others a lot of slack and you may be more accepting of others, but when it comes to you, you hold yourself to a much more higher standard and possibly an impossible standard sometimes. I know that feeling very well. So here it's showing that you may be very hard on yourself, and now is the time where you're trying to come to peace with that, where you're willing to start letting that go and to allow the self-love to start flowing and those emotions for yourself to start flowing within you. Because here it shows that you are, and all these cards, there's a lot of lone person cards, if you will, in this spread right now. And it's showing that you may be feeling a little alone, or you may be more of a loner type. Not to say that's a bad thing at all. I kind of am also, but being alone, it's you're trying to come at it in a more confident way, where you just feel self-assured in who you are, and not because you want to withdraw from others. Because here it shows that you want to start loving yourself more and treating yourself as a friend, instead of just trying to put impossible standards for you to try and meet, and then ultimately judge yourself or perceive yourself as worthless, or be very hard on yourself in terms of your inner judgments. It shows that, there's a certain control here in terms of your emotions, where you may not be as emotional, and that you're not willing to share or open up with others as much. That there may be a certain blockage when it comes to that emotional connection. But it shows that you kind of are looking for this emotional connection, because it's kind of, the way that you view yourself kind of gets in the way of your friendships and relationships right now, where you may get in your head about it, and your internal inner critic might start screwing with your head, if you will. But you really do seek a certain emotional connection of some kind. It seems like this month that you're trying to heal yourself and to move on from the past in the most general sense possible, so you can start expressing exactly who you are. You can start expressing the love you have for your interests, for your friends, for your family, for your life, really, because with this Fool card looking here, you really are looking to start a new chapter and be renewed in a certain sense. You're willing to move forward in life with a new sense of purpose, a new sense of self, and ultimately with a certain lightness. I mean, look how heavy this card is with the 5 of Cups versus the Fool. Head down, long robe, very dark here, very light, open, moving forward. It's showing that you are really willing to move on from this past. And one of the biggest things here, it shows that in your external world, you are a very capable person, that you are temperate and you know how to get things done. So use these qualities about yourself on this internal journey right here as you're moving inward, to kind of address all these feelings that you've had in the past, possibly any bad experiences, possibly any loneliness that you felt, and understanding why you may want to be alone all the time, and to start understanding yourself on the best way possible, so you can move forward with your life and kind of start connecting with others, because here in terms of this 10 of Pentacles, there's a certain connection that you really are looking for, that you feel, I think, deep down in terms of your personal development. You want to connect with others because you know that if you can find a support group of people who love you and who can understand you and accept you for who you are, that's only going to help you on your journey in terms of pushing you forward and motivating you to continue. You want to try and really put all of these inner judgments to peace. I feel like that's one of your main goals here. It's one of the main blockages in terms of moving forward on your journey and in terms of really expressing who you are. So that you can kind of quiet this inner critic and learn how to make friends with it and come to peace with it. Because ultimately it gets in the way of your relationships. It looks like here in terms of work, it may actually be a blockage in work as well, where you may be over controlling. And you may keep your emotions under a tight lid, if you will, where you may try and bottle things up to just maintain control of yourself. So here, there's something where you're really ready to venture out, especially here with this Knight of Pentacles here. You're really starting to venture out in terms of making the most of the month. You want to start connecting with other people, but first you need to start making that connection with yourself and building that relationship with yourself by quieting this inner critic right here, so you can move forward in peace, so you can start connecting with others and no longer have the juggling effect of this, of trying to juggle all these ideas and how you view yourself and all this other stuff. All that is just noise that gets you, that gets in the way of you connecting ultimately with others, which you very much seek, and that will be very beneficial for you in the future. Okay guys, I think that's all I see for this stack. I mean, this is if this does resonate with you, it's something very powerful when we can move on past all of our pain and all of our hurt and past all of our insecurities and inner critic, inner judgment type of stuff, where we are ready to start connecting with the world again, being open to the world. I think that's a very important thing, because we are not meant to live this life alone. We are meant to live with others, and hopefully we can find others who can support and love us, because that will only help us in our journeys, and you will help them as well. So remember, you are a very capable person. Now you need to start feeling that that confidence and that self-worth on that internal level, and so you can connect with yourself and start loving yourself, so that you can start spreading that love to others from a true, genuine internal source, guys. Okay, I think that's all I see for this stack, guys. I think this is the last one. I don't have a bonus daily advice card for today, but I just want to say thank you so much for checking out this video, and I will see you in the next one very soon. Okay, guys, bye.